Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show, talking to JFK assassination expert and author of the book Family of Secrets. This is Russ Baker. Russ, do you think the mafia was involved at all in this, like you hear?
They were. The thing that I think is critical to underline is there is no absolute distinction between the mafia and so-called legitimate business or the mafia and the U.S. government. J. Edgar Hoover was very much in the pocket of the mafia. He actually denied that organized crime existed. The CIA had a long history of working with organized crime. They used them in World War II against the Axis powers. There were all kinds of relationships, and of course, everybody, including Joe Kennedy, had their connections in with the mob. Major construction figures in Chicago, like Henry Crown, who also was a key shareholder in the defense contractor General Dynamics, strong mob ties. All of these guys had mob ties. So when the mob gets involved in something like the Kennedy hit, they aren't working alone. And by the way, even if they had been able to pull off the assassination, I don't believe they did, they could never have pulled off a cover-up that involved things like falsifying the autopsy over at Bethesda Naval Hospital.
Why did Jack Ruby kill Oswald? If Oswald wasn't the guy, why did Jack Ruby kill him?
I mean, clearly Jack Ruby was ordered to do it. I don't know whether they misled him and told him that he was going to be whisked away or made into some kind of a national hero and gotten off on some kind of extenuating circumstances, or whether he was basically threatened in some horrific way. We won't know, but we do know. And by the way, if you go to our website, whowhatwhy.com, you ought to be able to read. There are excerpts in there from my book, Family of Secrets, we've been putting up for the last 10 weeks. And you could actually, again, type in Ruby's name. He gave a statement. He was being taken away, and they asked him, Jack, is there more to this story? He said, there's much more to this story. And they said, are more people involved? He said, yes, there are. And they said, how high up does this go? And he said, very high. And he said, if they take me out of custody in Dallas and move me to custody in Washington, I will tell more. And Earl Warren, the head of the Warren Commission, said, no thanks.
Yeah, there's a famous film of Ruby, too, saying no one will ever know if I'm silenced, no one will ever know if I'm incarcerated, how high this goes, and a very ominous piece of tape. So the Ruby thing, that is the most fascinating part to me, why Jack Ruby shot him. But we're out of time. Russ, this is all fascinating stuff. Again, the name of your book is Family of Secrets, and it's by Russ Baker, and it's an interesting take, that's for sure, on it. It's worth getting. And name your website one more time.
Yeah, we run an investigative news site. It's called whowhatwhy.com.
Whowhatwhy.com.
Yeah.
Russ, again, thanks for joining the show, and we'll talk to you again maybe down the road.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
Russ Baker. We'll be back with more of Casey Neal and the Norway Rats.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.